In the high school cafeteria, table 1 is strictly reserved for the meatheads. Situated across from the eye candy and far from the couch potatoes, pizza faces, and peach fuzzed upper lips. The human relationship to food carries down into personal identity, but the difference between a tapering, orange-colored root and a redhead carrot top is reason for genetic modification to be beneficial for foods and harmful for friends. Hello, my name is Jenna Salvatore, and my research topic was the ethics of genetic modification of humans. Those in favor of genetic modifications argue for the ability to further human lifespans and remove hereditary diseases or other disabilities, overall improving quality of life. However, opponents highlight the technical dangers that come with such new methods of genetic modification, the creation of greater socioeconomic divide, reduction in genetic diversity, and the ethical concerns of playing God. Genetic modification refers to the manipulation of an organism's genes through biotechnological methods. Genetically modified organisms, or GMOs, are organisms that have gone through such processes. We see GMOs in our everyday lives with our food. To visually explain my stance and disapproval of genetic modification, I took a trip to the local Price Chopper. Crops have been genetically modified for both human and animal consumption to resist pests, tolerate herbicides that kill surrounding weeds, and prevent disease, bruising, and browning. Genetic modification of humans can be used to prevent deadly heart disorders, forms of Alzheimer's disease, and cases of cancer. But at what cost? Peter Singer, a utilitarian, advocates for animal rights by stating that animals, akin to humans, have a capacity to suffer or to enjoy their lives. To be living is to feel and experience. To be living is to have a soul and to seek happiness. These potatoes, squash, apples, and eggplants have all been approved by the United States Department of Agriculture to be genetically modified and sold. But all these foods labeled organic, which includes non-GMOs, aren't comparable to humans because they lack an ability to feel. Commercially introducing genetic modifications also creates the question of accessibility. If not government subsidized, only those able to afford the methods would be able to essentially ensure the health of their offspring. Furthermore, the stigma associated with many disabilities or diseases would be elevated, creating a greater divide amongst people socially. Once genetic modification is introduced to the public for health purposes, scientists and journals predict the desire for cosmetic and personality-based traits to increase as well. When we open a can of beans or bite into a crispy apple, we want the experience to be identical each time. Removing less desirable traits may lead to the best tasting and most efficient meal, but it takes away individuality within human societies. Society may be physically and mentally stronger, aligned with the common good ethical approach, but the morality of each genetically modified person would become blurred. Technically speaking, genetically modified humans are dangerous as the processes are new and have produced imperfect results in past trials. Methods of editing the genome have proven to generate unwanted and unpredictable changes to other parts of the gene. The seed of this produce can be disposed of if a mistake is made or an unwanted outcome arises. With humans, scientists are dealing with a life that has a potential future. A tomato is not red because it's blushing from being made fun of for being genetically modified. After all, a tomato cannot feel pain or pleasure. A tomato does not have a soul, eliminating the negative consequences associated with genetically engineering soul-having humans.